About an Inconvenient Truth by Al Gore. An Inconvenient Truth is a 2006 American concert or documentary film directed by Davis Guggenheim about former United States Vice President Al Gore's campaign to educate people about global warming. The film features a slideshow that, by Gore's own estimate, he has presented over 1,000 times to audience worldwide. Since the film's release, An Inconvenient Truth has been credited for raising international public awareness of global warming and re-energizing the environmental movement. The documentary has also been included in science curricula in schools around the world, which has spurred some controversy. An Inconvenient Truth presents in film form an illustrated talk on climate by Al Gore, aimed at alerting the public to an increasing planetary emergency due to global warming, and shows reenacted incidents from his life story which influence his concerns about environmental issues. Al Gore presents scientific information about global climate change. He intersperses this information with personal anecdotes that outline the more human and social dimensions of the issue. He draws the attention of the world onwards and importance of bringing an urgent remedy for the dangers brought by climate changes, global warming, pollution, and seawater rise. An Inconvenient Truth begins with an introduction to the basic science of global warming and the greenhouse gases that cause it. He talks on one effect of global warming, receding glaciers. This portion looks at dramatic changes at different locations around the world through comparisons like photos and charts that show an increase in temperature and carbon dioxide levels. Then he talks about an incident when he was 6 year old old son and had a life-threatening accident. Okay, so when he was 6 year old person, he had a life-threatening incident, that an accident that has influenced him a lot. This event redirected Gore's focus to what was really important about Earth and its liability for future generations. Gore then covers rising temperature and how it affects the Earth's weather patterns. So, in stressing their severity, he looks at the human scale effects of such disasters, including losses to the economy and human livelihood. Go talks on global issues and focuses on the Arctic and the Antarctic, which are particularly sensitive to changes in weather conditions. He inserts an anecdote about how his personal travels allowed him to understand better the climate issues the world is facing. He details the environmental shifts that may be coming and how they might change the balance of nature. The next individual reflection looks at how people have lost touch with nature. Species around the globe are being threatened by climate change. He discusses coral reefs, ocean acidification, the proliferation of algae, and disease vectors. He explores Antarctica and its breaking ice shelves, then moves on to show how low-lying areas may completely disappear as a result of rising ocean levels. He looks at the collision between human civilization and nature. Tackling urbanization, deforestation, and wildfires, Gore explains that humans now have a moral obligation to use technology wisely. He explores how global warming is an inconvenient truth that requires humans to change the way they live. Because of this, it has become politically expedient to discredit and deny. Gore finishes with an optimistic note. He reminds how Americans have overcome seemingly unsurmountable obstacles in the past and that people are capable of securing their future. Finally, he says how people can make a difference through saving energy, consuming less, being mindful of transportation issues, and becoming a catalyst for a change. So these tips are presented in parallel with a list of misconceptions about climate change, as soundbite reminders of the inconvenient truth that Gore wants everyone to understand.